Welcome to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and I'll break them down into bite-sized tips you can use straight away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and shine. It's your daily dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Leetham. Today, it's a slight change of tack. We're going to talk about Bing Webmaster Tools. Really got to slow down when I'm speaking. It's much like Google Search Console. You can sign up, get yourself an account, submit your site to it, give it a sitemap, and that tells Bing, the search engine Bing, that it can go and search your site. Now, I've got a problem with a couple of sites for one particular client. They're just not appearing in Bing, and we're not quite sure why. So we're working our way through it. But one of the things that I know helps, I'm not going to say it fixes it entirely, but I know it helps, and that's to make sure we have a Bing Webmaster Tools account, that we actually submit our site using Bing Webmaster Tools, and that we submit an XML sitemap. Okay, so a few things there that I've spoken about. Submitting our site, what does that mean? What it means is that we tell Bing Webmaster Tools that we own the site, it's there, and it can go and have a look at it. We do that by, first of all, creating a Bing Webmaster Tools account. If I say that multiple times, it's just going to sound not weird eventually. Bing Webmaster Tools. So we create an account there. We go and add the site, say this is the URL. And then when we submit an XML sitemap, what is that? That is a machine readable text file. So it is a text file. If you want to, you can open it and you can try and read it yourself. It's got tags and stuff in it to organize the content. That's recognizable across the internet by programming code, by code. The code will get it, it'll open it up and it'll say, here's a list of all the pages and the posts and the tags and the categories on the site that you can go and crawl and index and show in your search engine. Theoretically, you don't need to do any of this. Theoretically, if you are prepared to wait long enough, Bing will eventually come to your site. Bing will eventually decide that it will want to display your site in its search engine. Theoretically, it might take a while. This takes it and it makes it a little bit quicker, because what you're saying to Bing and what you're saying to Google when you do it through Google using the Google Search Console, this is a legitimate site. We've done all these things to make this easy for you. Here's all the information you need. Now come and visit us and come and get us into your search engine. That's why you want to do it. So today what I'm going to do is show you how to sign into Bing Webmaster Tools. I'm going to add a site. It's all going to get blurred out, I'm afraid, but I'm going to add a site. I'm going to show you how we verify that we own the site, and then we will go and submit a XML sitemap to the site, to Bing Webmaster Tools. So let's start there, and then I'm going to tell you how you create this XML sitemap, because that's going to be the next question. And if you're not asking it right now, you should be asking, Charly, how do we do all this? So let me go and just share the screen. Let's go through signing up to Bing Webmaster Tools and do all these things, okay? Webmaster Tools are here. It's bing.com/webmasters. Pretty easy, really. When you come in, you've got all of this. It's a sales thing. They're offering you advertising credits. You can ignore any of the marketing. It is free. It doesn't cost you anything to get an account on the Webmaster Tools. Click on the sign in button at the top right hand corner here. It's going to ask you to choose an account that's convenient to you. I've got this linked to my Google account, so I'm going to sign into my Google account. When you come in, you'll see down the bottom here, I've got one here that needs verifying. But when you come in, it's going to ask you to add your site manually. So I can import everything that's on my Google Search Console. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to bring across a lot of the data that's in my Google Search Console. I really want to just have specific sites in Bing at the moment. Enter the site URL here, and that is quite literally like type your URL and click add. When you click add, it brings you to this screen here. It asks you to add or verify your site. Again, this is all going to get blurred out, but it tells me who the site is. It says I can upload an XML file to my site. I can use a HTML meta tag, or I can use a CNAME record to DNS. I'm going to use the CNAME record to DNS, mainly because that's the easiest one. I think this is the easiest one. You can also use these two, but the XML file means that you've got to upload it to your server. The meta tag means you've got to go and modify your theme code or your site code to put it in there. I mean, it's all easy enough to do. DNS is the easiest way of managing it. So it says add a CNAME record to DNS. And what it's asking me to do is add a CNAME record with the name blah and the value verify.bing.com. So I am just going to copy this. I'm going to remember verify.bing. In fact, no, I'm not. What I'm going to do, because I am running Ditto, I'm going to copy them both to my clipboard. Make sure I've got that copied. Okay, so now I've got to go and add this to my DNS. So this DNS is through Cloudflare. I'm going to go to Cloudflare. I have logged into Cloudflare. I've gone to the account. I've gone to the domain name, and I'm down in DNS records for the domain name. If you are looking for where this is done, I've got lots of videos that show you how to get there. This one, I don't want to take the time to do it. We are in DNS records for the domain name we're managing. What we're going to do is click on add a record. We're going to choose CNAME, and here we're going to put that really long string. There we go. And here we're going to put the target. We're not going to proxy it. We don't want it proxied. In this case, we don't want it proxied. We want it to go through. It needs to go through. And I'm going to set the time to live to 1 minute so that it eventually it'll propagate through the internet a lot quicker. Click save. So that, we've got our CNAME added. Everything else here should be blurred out. Words. So we've got our CNAME. Now if I come back to Bing Webmaster Tools, click on the verify link. It might take a few minutes for this to occur. Remembering, if you've been watching my podcast at all, you'll know that I've spoken about how DNS records propagate. There we go. It's quick. It's quicker than I expected. That's great. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. So now we've verified that the site is actually ours and we can actually do what we want to do. No, we don't want Copilot. Thank you very much, Bing. Okay, so this is giving us a real good piece of information right here. It says we don't have enough inbound links from high quality domains. It's something you'll want to investigate. It's probably one reason why we're having trouble getting it indexed. We're going to go and try and resolve that anyway. But just be careful when you are doing backlinks, when you're creating backlinks, that you don't go from low quality domains. See here it says high quality domains. You can investigate it. So it does give you some information already upfront about where there might be problems. What we want to do, though, to try and short circuit this is go to the Sitemaps link here, click on Sitemaps, and you'll see that it's already picked up a sitemap. It was submit. Oh, okay. So someone's already done this. Someone's already submitted it the other day. If you wanted to submit a sitemap, you click on site. Here we go. So where do you get your sitemap URL? How do you find that? How do you create it? How do you keep it up to date without having to manually go in and change it whenever you add a new page? If you're running on WordPress, I highly recommend you use a plugin to do it. I personally use WPMU Dev's SmartCrawl Pro to do your SEO management on your site, and it will create a sitemap for you. You can use Yoast SEO or WordPress SEO, I think it's called now. You can use all-in-one SEO. All of those tools will allow you to create an XML sitemap. It will do it automatically. I will duck into the dashboard in just a moment and show you where you can set this up in SmartCrawl Pro. You can tell it what pages you want it to, or what types of content you want it to crawl, whether you want it to crawl pages, posts, tags, categories. You know, when you've got all those custom post types on your site, it'll show you all of those. You can turn all those off so that they don't go out and it doesn't crawl rubbish content, noise content on your site. And then it will create that file automatically, and it will keep that file up to date. So every time Bing or Google or whoever it is comes to your site and says, oh, look, there's a sitemap.xml file, let's have a look at this. This is our pathway through the site, and they love it because it makes their life easier. They don't have to go crawling the whole site. They do eventually, but they can quickly crawl the site and find what you think is important to the site. So let's have a look at our SmartCrawl Pro. So this is one of my websites that I manage. It's dashboard, WP Admin dashboard. Once you've installed the plugin, you can use SmartCrawl or SmartCrawl Pro. I use SmartCrawl Pro because I pay for this service. It will give you your menu, and you can go straight to the dashboard, and it gives you a whole heap of information. It tells you what your SEO health is like. It tells you what your audits, like it'll give you audits, and it will give you information that you need to address on your audits. You can set audits to run automatically, or you can run them manually. I run everything manually with SEO except for sitemaps. Mostly because I don't want to be clogging the performance of the site down doing things like this when we just need the site to run and deliver information, and then we can come in and do all this. Content analysis, it will give you an analysis of your content. It depends on how you're writing or what sort of content it is as to how useful this content analysis actually is. You can set up your open graph for Twitter and Facebook. That'll allow you to put your social media icons on your post. It will, when it posts a post to your social media site, take a social media friendly image and not just the featured image of the post that you're posting and put it out there. It's very, very helpful. You can, if you want to, get into the schema, which is the way the information is organized. I use a default standard markup schema until we're right into it, and then we can go through and modify it. Straight out of the box, so just stick with your default, please. You can look at your titles and meta. So you've got a whole heap of, I'm not going to go through all of this. You've got a whole heap of information here. Okay. What you can do though, I don't know if you've noticed, we've got this sitemaps here. It says automatically generating detailed sitemaps to tell search engines. If we're actually crawling the site as well, I've actually set off a SmartCrawl site, so it's having a look to see what the search engines will see through your sitemap. But you'll notice here it says your sitemap is now available here at sitemap.com. If I click, you can click on it and go and have a look at it. You don't need to worry about it. All you need to know is that that's the URL, and you just copy that in when you submit a sitemap to your Search Console or to Bing Webmaster Tools. The last thing you can have a look at is actually come down to the sitemap setting in the menu. And if I come down, See here, I didn't say, but you see here how we've got things like my templates and widgets being indexed. You don't need them. You should turn them off. You don't need these being indexed and going out into the search engines. You want posts, pages, categories, tags. You may want specific post types going out, but you don't need this internal stuff that's added by your theme or your plugins to manage your site to be indexed. It doesn't add to the value of your site. Make sure you change save settings so it doesn't say it keeps those settings. Just give it 30 seconds. There we go. Okay, so they're turned off now. So this is the important thing. It'll tell you here you can switch to WP Core Sitemap. Don't. Stick with the sitemap from the tool that you've chosen to use. It gives you a lot more flexibility. Make sure you've got your post types and your content types that you want to be included in the sitemap set. Turn off anything you don't want. You can include specific URLs to put in your sitemap. So if you want to just do a very cut down version, you can turn off of everything and not have that automatically updated. But you can say, just index these pages. If you've got specific pages or posts you want to exclude from the sitemap, you can add the page IDs there, or you can exclude custom URLs. Whether you want to exclude things or not, that's a SEO management thing that you'll need to decide yourself. I can't give you much on that one. Might be that you've got a membership area that you don't want to be indexed, you don't want to be out on the internet. You can exclude it. There are other ways of handling it, but you can exclude it here. Now, once that's all done, I just go back now to the dashboard. And if I just come back down to sitemaps, we are still crawling the site. So it's still performing the site crawl. We'll find out when it's done it. If I go back to my Bing Webmaster Tools and just hit go here, it says it's still processing it. So it will take a while. It's not instantaneous. The sites don't, these tools don't say, oh, you've given me a sitemap, I'll go and index it right now and have it all done in the next couple of minutes. It can take a couple of days. It can take a couple of weeks to go through this process. So it's really worthwhile getting this done when you start your site. This is something that I do for clients when I build sites initially. Like I said, I inherit a lot of sites, so I've got to go through and clean these up. I build these I do all this for clients when we build their sites so that this is all handled. This is so that the search engines know that these sites are now live, they're now ready to go, they can start searching them. So they're normally a couple of weeks ahead of the process when we finally get to a launch process, when we finally get to launch day. Okay, so that's Bing Webmaster Tools. It's how to sign up. It's the things that you need to think about. It's how to get how to add your site to it, how you can give it an XML sitemap. I'm just going to keep saying that, XML sitemap, as in a search engine readable search sitemap, as in opposed to a visual sitemap that your visitors can use. Questions, comments, feedback, anything I've said here that you disagree with, anything I've said here that I didn't answer, ongoing questions that came up as a result of it. I'd love to know. Leave comments wherever you are watching or listening to this video. If it was helpful, please give it a like. You can also come and join my community, askcharlyleetham.locals.com. Join the conversation there. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you find out when I drop more content. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Bye. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.